Gospel of John, chapter 13. Nothing matters more than our language. Jesus laughed. What's your language, Jesus H? That's what I'm here for, Mom. One God would be the most tedious and sane being in the universe. Evolution wills us to be many, even the fish in us. Don't ask who you were in your last life. There is only one life, and everything in it is in it. The question is not why, it is how. The question is not who, it is what. Learn how to see. Instinct has been beaten out of us by the priests and lawyers. And many people will want to say what I'm about to say is vile blasphemy. As if I ain't been screaming it quietly all along. Before the advent of violent dictatorships, back before Abe, Isaac, and Jacob decided to define a new reality of servitude, humans were not isolated from one another. Their fears were often not fully understood. Sex was not one of their fears, it was part of life. And that a man sucked the sperm out of another man was not against cultural norms. It was simply the fountain of youth. Let us imagine a time before large armies and plunder laws. A man of the tribe may have a woman a man, and they may have stayed together their whole lives. They likely stayed in the tribe their whole lives. And after a woman, female of the human animal, had one or two offspring from one man, male of the human animal, she instinctively, he as well, had not so much interest in each other sexually. And this left the man holding his own, so to say, until a male who by nature, if he loved himself and was not full of misplaced ego, he would suck his friend's cock, penis. It is a pleasant event for all who enjoy it. It is almost more natural for a man to desire a penis in his mouth than a woman would desire it. Evolution is no idiot. Why suck cock at all if the sperm should end up in a vagina? 1. It is nice to have a little oral sex. But a woman will suck on a cock until it is nicely strong and fearless. And then the penis usually ends up in her vagina. But a man that is not the man of the woman instinctively knows if the man unloads his sperm, the man with the woman, in his mouth, that man will relax, feel like a man, and his next child will not be his. This is the fountain of youth. No matter how loud the fanatics scream, we do have bodies that are real. And yes, when Jesus got down on his knees to wash the feet of his disciples, naked, he might have sucked their cocks. Maybe he didn't that day. Maybe he didn't suck the penis of any of the disciples. But he was a creature of instinct. And any man who doesn't think he thinks about a penis is in fear of the sleeping inbreds. And a book that appears to have no mention of sex may be laced with it. Don't believe me? Read it again. The penis of a man is the fountain of youth. Search no more. It is neither dirty or vile. Nothing, including your asshole, is sinful. Ultimately, a man desires to suck a cock, yes, of course, because he wants to, but want is instinctive. No one decides to have sexual desires. Sexual desires are in everything. They aren't everything, but they are never absent. We might not know it now, but before tyranny religion, he knew from practice that if he sucked a man dry, he would have a much better chance of getting his sperm in the woman. And since it is actually a woman's world in real reality, anyone who wants more than... Okay. We're going in circles, and we'll mention that Judas is picked by Jesus openly before the others to go and bring the Jewish priest who kept their cocksucking in dry, dirty secret to come get him. Verse 27. Satan entered him. Why does John stick this in? There is no real Satan that jumps into. There are penises, and I'm certain I am not the first to notice that the whole thing looks a little suspiciously like a sex film, and this would be a good thing. The world would be a better place if there were no social laws against social freedom of choice. Jesus sucked cock.